we are chapter 16. Our topic was all about representation of women in the arts and media. The beginning of female objectification. Women are made of the object men desire or have learned to scrutinize themselves using the standard of other women. The painting, the judgment of Paris presents a strong starting point of studying women in Western art. Peter Paul Rubens depicts scenes of Greek mythology, in which the most disquality did not make him a person worthy of the prize because beauty made him a vine. Beauty man Robin printed the scene two masterpieces. One shows the dress the goddess being ordered to dress by her judgment. In order, Paris is handing the prize of Aphrodite. In both of these works of art, woman nudity displayed. This might is a perfect phase of printers to depict the female nude because the women are pleasing themselves. While presenting and displaying for men, it is a perfect illustration of what nude means, according to the art critic John Peter. The male grace, the idea of looking at nest, by Laura Mulvey discusses a Freudian term called scopopialia, in which the act of looking has become a form of pleasure. Legionnaire, Shore, a Herbiasin, nude woman painted. Candeli, in her nude idealized body, sitting between two as M will ensign her sexuality without idealization. The woman depicted in Lee de Journey challenged the idealization and objectification of women, bodies by Borges. On the other hand, certain commercial may be telling women that if they didn't take care of themselves through their product, they may be less complete as women. Not that most of this product focus on the outward appearance of women versus their inner beauty. The way this advertisement present contrived or invented make women feel that this is essential for their happiness. To address this issue, what must women forget is that this ideal of beauty are not important. They are socialized, constructed because they reflect content values of a society. However, when one realizes that standard beauty are unrealistic and are only used to sell certain products, they can be re-examined of people can choose not that adhere.
Women in the film industry. According to the report by the Center for the Study of Women in Television and Film, only 33% of speaking roles and 34% of identifiable leading characters in Hollywood film were played by women. Moreover, only 22% of leading roles in the top grossing film of 2015 were women. A 2013 study by Annenberg School for Communication and Journalism at the University of Southern California says 31.6% of humans should be portrayed as wearing sexy clothes versus 7% of men and 31% partly nude versus 9.4% of men. One important reason for this statistic is that only 5% of directors were women in 2011 and they only do romance, comedies, and documentaries. But as a result, women's perspectives are both presented on screen. When woman characters are portrayed, they are less likely to be shown as doing sin identifiable occupation doing actual work. More men, 60%, have identifiable goals and work-related activities, 48% in films. Many studies about Hollywood and gender show that the film industry is dominated by men. A vast majority of movies are about space and cups, political intrigue in the realms of businesses and politics, and historical dramas and disasters where men are shown as the drivers of action. The reason most movies have men as leading protagonists and are based on the stories of men is both these themes are proven taken sellers. However, another related finding assert that movies directed by men about men receive significantly larger marketing budget. A clear and direct correlation exists between marketing budget and movie sales. Fundamentally, women in films and advertising are highly sexualized and reduced to their bodies. The American Physiological Association writes, the body becomes a woman's basis on self-worth. However, when impossible standards are determined according to the demands of profit and perhaps the maintenance of partial values of operation occurs. It is unjust to accept women to shape themselves according to the standards set the media.
Media has a way of defining the way a person perceives reality and oneself. Even men and boys, when exposed to the idea that a woman's fulfillment is to be desired and owned by men, would treat women accordingly. If a woman is dependent on men for her sustenance, self-worth, and meaning, then she is viewed as an object that does not have dignity and worth. Men would see women as an object that only exists to serve men's needs. This is the root of much gender-based violence. The sexualization of women in media, their objectification, has a negative effect on women. Not only that, the impossible standard for women, consciously or unconsciously set, perpetuate wealth accumulation and westernization. Beauty has as weapon against a woman. Beauty has a weapon against a woman critically thinking about woman the art. One, we come up this assertion, one half of the world's people, whether they are rich or poor, powerful or marginalized, have effectively been reduced to object of consumption. Female models, designers, and editors of beauty magazines perpetuate the idea of woman as object that possess certain, often unobtainable standards. This work by Naomi Wolf introduced the beauty myth, or the existence of one universal beauty ideal, the standard that a woman must strive to achieve. Wolf present various which individual need to beautify oneself according to the standard set by Western media. Standards mentioned by Wolf are creation of the dominant capitalist society to prevent women from becoming genitally free, making them the ideal standard for beauty makes women strive themselves, affecting their physical and psychological states. Failure to submit to these standards may cause lose their job, as some women accepted to dress up or put their face makeup for a certain job. The standards of beauty are possible to realize, keeping the woman in constant insecurities and self-esteem.
The workplace imposition of the beauty might is a way to continue to have women who are beginning to be emancipated to one the second half wave of feminism. Women who feels like women will do not measure up to the standard of beauty may never have ambition or confidence to become leaders or equals to men. One may not agree with the nation that the beauty might was meant to deceive emancipated women since it is called as a natural standard. However, one can see how women are affected by this might. The fact that the beauty might is believed to the natural and universal is a great cause for assisting in women who do not uh, possess the necessary traits. It's another kind of assault, and it doesn't feel like freedom to me. It is also an assault on the freedom of speech and free will. When factors and advisors impose the ceiling of the beauty might to media outlets that are dependent on their founding. The only way that advertisers can sell their products to women is by setting impossible standard that can only be attained if they avail themselves and certain products. The standard by which people are judged come from Western ideals. This relates to do with the colonial experience to the Philippines. Uh,
Caucasians. Caucasians.
displace and marginalize the people they colonize who often have darker skin and short hair, reflective or being colored associated with less power. Following the dominant Western paradigm, Western
Paradigm. Paradigm ba? Kani ba? Kani, Western paradigm. Kani ba? Diba? Oh.
Following the dominant Western paradigm, the white person was superior and therefore made ideal this oppressive colonial system. The ideal of whites also reflected a certain class, as those who were white were pri- privileged enough to be either a product of intermarriage between a native and a colonizer.